The 1988 United States quarter dollar, a comprehensive exploration. The 1988 United States quarter dollar, officially referred to as the Washington quarter, is a circulating coin that carries not only monetary value, but also a rich legacy of American history, art, and culture. Issued by the United States Mint, this coin forms part of a long-standing series first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The quarter has since become one of the most commonly used denominations in the U.S. coinage system. The year 1988 falls within the era of the pre-state quarters program, and its quarters are relatively standard in appearance, yet they hold substantial significance for numismatists and historians alike. The obverse of the 1988 quarter features a left-facing bust of George Washington, the first president of the United States, sculpted by John Flanagan, whose initials JF can be found at the base of Washington's neck. The portrait is bold and enduring, symbolizing the stability and leadership that Washington represented. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions, "Liberty above Washington's head," "In God we trust" to his left, and the year 1988 prominently displayed at the bottom. The design remained largely unchanged since 1932, with only minor adjustments for wear and striking quality. The uniformity of this design during the 1980s illustrates the Mint's commitment to tradition during a time when the U.S. economy and international relations were evolving rapidly under President Ronald Reagan's administration. The reverse design, unchanged since 1932, showcases an elegant eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows, symbolizing readiness for defense. Beneath the eagle lies a pair of olive branches, indicating America's preference for peace. The eagle, a long-standing emblem of American freedom and power, is centered with United States of America arched across the top, the Latin motto E pluribus unum just beneath it, and the denomination quarter dollar clearly inscribed at the bottom. The artistry of this reverse, also by Flanagan, has been both praised and critiqued over the years for its simplicity compared to later commemorative designs, but it stands as a testament to the country's mid-20th century aesthetic values. From a technical standpoint, the 1988 quarter is composed of a clad composition. It features a core of pure copper and outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a standard introduced in 1965 to replace the earlier 90% silver versions. This clad version has a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge. The use of copper-nickel clad alloys helped reduce minting costs and extend coin durability, adapting to rising silver prices and increasing coin circulation demands. In terms of mintage, 1988 quarters were produced at 3 different mint facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S, for proof coins. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 562 million quarters, while Denver produced around 596 million. Making the 1988 quarter a highly common issue. The San Francisco Mint, on the other hand, issued proof versions for collectors, distinguished by their mirror-like fields and frosted details. These were not intended for circulation, but rather for inclusion in proof sets. The high production numbers reflect the demand for quarters in everyday transactions during a period of economic growth in the United States. From a numismatic perspective, the 1988 quarter is not rare in circulated condition. Most pieces found in chains today have low collector premiums due to their abundance and modernity. However, uncirculated and proof examples, especially those graded MS 67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC, can command higher values. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, clip planchets, and other minting anomalies can also elevate the value significantly for specialized collectors. Some collectors seek out full-step versions or high-strike examples with deep cameo effects and proofs, which are more elusive and desirable. The economic backdrop of 1988 also contextualizes the quarter's importance. The U.S. was nearing the end of the Reagan era, a time characterized by conservative fiscal policies, Cold War tensions, and a shifting global trade environment. The quarter, like all currency, serve as a tangible representation of the nation's values and economic stance. The widespread use of quarters in vending machines, payphones, arcade games, laundromats, and transportation during this era made a cornerstone of daily commerce. This everyday usage imbued the quarter with a familiarity and utility that few other denominations matched. Culturally, the quarter dollar occupied a distinct space in American life. Beyond commerce, it was a symbol of fairness, as in a fair quarter's worth, decision-making, the iconic coin toss, and even childhood learning as a tool for understanding money and math. The 1988 quarter represents a period before the explosion of thematic coinage. It was a standardized currency in an increasingly diversified and digitized economy. In hindsight, the 1988 quarter stands as one of the last iterations of the old guard, a coin that looked back toward the traditions of mid-century America before the U.S. Mint launched the monumental 50-state quarters program in 1999. That future initiative would introduce radical design changes and rekindle public interest in coin collecting. Thus, the 1988 Washington quarter is often viewed by numismatists as a last of the classic series,